What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Tuesday, April 19th. And be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, @Josh Engleman, and then let me know in the comment section who your favorite plays are for today's slate. Also, brought to you by No House Advantage. If you use the promo code AWESEMO when signing up, you can get up to $25 on your first deposit. And we're rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Jaren Jackson, Jimmy Butler, Brandon Ingram, Mikal Bridges, and CJ McCollum on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? Time to find out. First up at number 5, I'm looking at D'Angelo Russell. He's point guard, shooting guard eligible, 7,300, projected for 38. The goal is 44. He's in the optimal lineup 36% of the time. I gave him 34 minutes. It seems about right. You expect these minutes to jump up. Things went so well for Minnesota in the first one. He only played 30, 1.13 fantasy points per minute in this spot. You don't get better pace-up spots, that's for sure. They will gain 3.9 possessions above their average. That is massive, and they are still pretty big underdogs here. 7-point dogs, in fact. 20 points, 8 assists, and 4 boards for Russell. A stock and a half. I like the price, I like the position, but more importantly, I like attacking this Memphis-Minnesota matchup. Both of these teams play so fast that they've completely changed the entire slate. Minnesota and Memphis have a game total massively ahead of the other two games. It's hard not to focus on guys coming from these games, in particular, D'Angelo Russell. Staying in this game for number 4, that is Ja Morant, point guard eligible, 9,700, projected for about 50. The goal is 54.5, and he's in the optimal lineup 38% of the time. I gave Ja 36 minutes, but with them down a game, if you told me that he played 38 or 40, I think that would make a ton of sense. Again, massive pace-up spot. Memphis gains 4 possessions over their average. That might be the biggest number that I've seen all season. These teams are playing very, very fast right now. 1.38 fantasy points per minute for Morant, 28 points, 8.5 assists, 7 rebounds, and a stock and a half. Again, he's well worth the price tag because of the pace of this game. We should expect a ton of fantasy points to be scored. So if you need to pay up, Morant is a pretty good option. Staying on Memphis, we grab Desmond Bane, shooting guard, small forward eligible, 5,600, projected for 33.5. The goal is 36, and he's in the optimal lineup 40% of the time. I gave Bane 34 minutes. That just seems to be what they're going to do. They're going to be a deeper team, at least early in this playoff, so 34 seems about right. They're not going to get these guys up to 38 or 40. I don't think they're going to get these guys up to 38 or 40 anytime soon. That still doesn't matter because Bane at 34 minutes and a fantasy point per minute, that will work. Again, massive, massive pace up spot. You're going to get the scoring out of Bane. 19.5 points, 5.5 boards, 2 assists, and 2 stocks. I love the positions here. It's not as valuable as it would be on DraftKings, but shooting guard, small forward, still crosses over a lot, gives you a lot of different options, a lot of leeway. And again, you're trying to target this game as much as possible. We finally leave the Memphis-Minnesota game and get Bam Adebayo, 7,900, power forward, center eligible, projected for 48. The goal is 46, and he's in the optimal lineup 45% of the time. You can see we took a step up in tier. 36 minutes for Bam, 1.33 fantasy points per minute, and honestly, just a dream matchup. There's no Clint Capella there to slow him down. Onyeka Okongwu probably isn't ready for the task, and John Collins just doesn't have the ability to stop him from doing anything. This should be a monster day out of Bam. Once again, 23 points, 13 boards, 3 assists, 2.5 stocks. It's pace neutral. They're at home. You get the power forward eligibility out of Bam. I don't know what else I could possibly say here. He just looks really good in a sea of plays in other games that don't look nearly as good. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, @Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comment section who your favorite plays are, and then go sign up at No House Advantage using the promo code Awesemo. Your number 1 contender for today is Dillon Brooks, shooting guard, small forward eligible, 5,300, projected for 36. The goal is 34.5, and he's in the optimal lineup. Coin flip, 50% of the time. He basically looks just like Desmond Bane, only slightly better, and from a price perspective, 34 minutes for Brooks. That's the same as Bane, and that's what I think you're going to get in a playoff matchup, particularly when they're down a game. 1.06 fantasy points per minute, so Brooks slightly higher. 28% usage. You know he's going to shoot. 23 points, 4.5 boards, 3 assists, and a stock and a half. And again, he's getting this massive bump from this huge pace-up spot. This game is just on a completely different planet than the Atlanta and Miami game, and then the Pelicans and Suns game. I mean, we've got some Pelicans and Suns showing up. They're all outside of this top 10. We only had Bam sneaking in, but for right now, Dillon Brooks is your number one contender. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Tuesday, April 19th. There's a DraftKings version of this video around here somewhere, so check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win that money. We're back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.